You might think you're making smart choices at Walmart, but what if I told you some of those deals are actually silently draining your wallet? Walmart employees have had a front row seat to how we shop for years. They've seen every kind of purchase, some brilliant, others not so much. And after watching thousands of customers fall into the same traps over and over again, they've finally spoken out. In this video, we're revealing 12 home items you should never buy at Walmart, no matter how good the price looks. And trust me, some of these will shock you. In fact, item number 1 is something almost everyone has bought at least once, and it's sneakily costing you way more than you think. So stick around until the end, because avoiding just one of these bad buys could save you hundreds of dollars and a whole lot of frustration in 2025. Oh, and if you're serious about saving smarter and shopping wiser, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your one-stop spot for dodging retail ripoffs and staying one step ahead of the big box stores. All right, let's get into it. Number 12, inexpensive shower heads. Here's the truth. Most shoppers don't find out until it's too late. Those budget-friendly shower heads that seem like a quick win, they're actually one of the most returned items in Walmart's entire home section. At first glance, they look sleek and modern. The packaging promises high pressure and easy installation. But once you hook it up, reality hits hard and wet. Walmart employees say they hear the same complaint constantly. Installed it yesterday. It's leaking today. That's because these cheaper models are often made from thin, low-quality plastic that can't handle hot water or daily use. The seals give out. The plastic warps. The nozzles lose pressure. What was supposed to be a refreshing shower turns into a sad, sputtering drizzle, and sometimes even puddles around your bathroom floor. Not exactly the start to your day you were hoping for. Some customers even report weird noises or spray patterns that hit you in the face. Or not at all. And honestly, the whole thing becomes more trouble than it's worth. Instead, employees recommend going for a high-pressure model made of metal from trusted brands, like Moen or Delta. Sure, you'll spend a little more upfront, but these options last much longer, hold up under heat, and actually deliver the kind of satisfying shower you thought you were getting. And let's be real, a great shower isn't just about getting clean. It sets the tone for your whole day. Don't let a $15 shortcut leave you dripping with regret. Number 11, Walmart brand bath towels. At first, they feel like a dream. Those plush, soft Walmart brand bath towels seem like the perfect budget buy. You touch them in the store and think, wow, these feel great. But here's the twist no one tells you. That softness, it's just a trick that disappears fast. Walmart employees warn that once these towels hit the washing machine a few times, everything changes, and not in a good way. What felt thick and cozy in the aisle quickly becomes thin, rough, and shockingly uncomfortable. One employee didn't hold back and said these towels go from cozy to cardboard after just a few washes. And sadly, they weren't exaggerating. These towels tend to shed like crazy, losing their fluff and texture after just a couple of cycles. Some customers even complain about lint left all over their bodies, or towels coming out of the wash, stiff, wrinkled, and practically useless. It's the kind of purchase that feels fine in the moment, but slowly turns into one of those, why did I buy this? Regrets. The good news? Walmart does carry better towel options. You just have to skip the bargain bin and go for mid-range cotton or Turkish cotton. Towels with a higher thread count and real cotton fibers stay soft, stay absorbent, and actually survive more than a handful of washes. You spend a little more up front, sure, but you get way more in return. Comfort, durability, and towels that don't feel like sandpaper after laundry day. And let's be honest, drying off with a scratchy towel is no way to start or end your day. Number 10, plastic storage bins. Now here's one that looks like a no-brainer. Those clear plastic storage bins that promise to help you finally organize your garage, closet, or attic. But according to Walmart employees, these bins are one of the most frustrating purchases people make, and they often come back broken, cracked, or worse, completely unusable. So, what's the deal? These bins might look sturdy, but they're often made with thin, brittle plastic that can't handle much weight or wear. The lids? They hardly ever line up properly. the handles, they might snap off the moment you try lifting a full bin. Imagine buying a set to store your winter clothes or books, only to have the bottom buckle and the lid fly off the first time you move it. That's not organization, that's chaos. Customers often return complaining that the bins couldn't even handle a light load. And stacking them? Forget it. The bottom bins bend under pressure, the lids pop off, and suddenly your tidy storage corner looks like a disaster zone. Walmart employees call this a classic case of false savings. You think you're saving money, but cheap bins that fall apart just mean you'll have to buy replacements sooner than later. Instead, they recommend going with trusted, heavy-duty options like Sterilite or Rubbermaid, brands that are built to hold weight, stack securely, and actually survive the move from garage to attic and back. It's one of those cases where spending a little more now saves you a lot of time, frustration, and cash down the line. Number 11. Walmart brand bath towels. They feel soft, they look fluffy, and at first touch, those Walmart brand bath towels seem like the ultimate budget-friendly bathroom upgrade. But don't let that cozy feeling fool you, because what feels like a steal at first quickly turns into a scratchy disappointment. Walmart employees say this is one of those products that tricks people right off the shelf. That plush softness, it doesn't last long. The moment these towels go through the wash a couple of times, they change. And not in a good way. What was once thick and absorbent suddenly becomes thin, rough, and barely able to dry your hands, let alone your whole body. One employee didn't sugarcoat it, saying, "They go from cozy to cardboard after laundry day." And unfortunately, that's the truth. These towels are known to shed like crazy, losing fibers every time you wash them. Some customers even say they leave behind lint, feel stiff no matter how you dry them, and get that weird sandpaper texture that makes you flinch every time you use them. It's the kind of purchase that seems fine when you're checking out, but ends up disappointing every single day after that. The good news? You don't have to settle for scratchy. Walmart actually stocks some better quality towels. You just have to skip the cheapest ones. Employees suggest going for mid-range cotton or Turkish cotton towels, especially the ones with higher thread counts. They stay soft longer, absorb water properly, and actually survive more than a few washes. It's a small upgrade that makes a big difference. And honestly, it saves you more money in the long run because you're not constantly replacing them. Don't let a rough towel ruin your morning routine. Number 10. Plastic storage bins. Here's one that feels like a smart move, buying a few clear plastic bins to finally tackle your home clutter. It looks like the answer to all your storage problems. But Walmart employees have a warning. These bins might be one of the most returned items in the entire store. And once you use them, you'll understand why. While they look sturdy on the shelf, the reality hits as soon as you load them up. The plastic is often thin and brittle. The lids, they don't line up properly. And the handles, many snap off the second you lift the bin with anything heavier than a blanket inside. Suddenly, your tidy storage setup turns into a pile of cracked lids, broken bins, and spilled messes all over the floor. One employee shared that people come back furious, saying these bins couldn't even handle a few books or basic decorations. And when you try to stack them, that's when things really fall apart, literally. The weight makes the bottom bins buckle, lids fly off, and your organized space becomes anything but. It's what they call a false economy, spending less now only to spend more later when the product fails. Instead of replacing broken bins every few months, Walmart employees suggest going with trusted brands like Sterilite or Rubbermaid. These bins are built to handle actual weight. They stack cleanly, and they're tough enough to survive moves, garages, and long-term storage without turning into trash. If you're trying to declutter or organize your life, don't sabotage your efforts with flimsy bins. Spend a few more dollars now, and thank yourself later when everything actually stays in place. Number 9. Mainstays furniture, bookshelves, desks. If you're thinking of picking up some budget-friendly furniture from Walmart's Mainstays line, here's a heads up. It might be cheap, but it's also a fast track to frustration. Walmart employees don't hold back when talking about Mainstays furniture. They say it's some of the quickest to fall apart. Sure, it looks decent in the box, but once you start assembling it, the problems become clear. The materials, low-density particle board that can barely handle daily use. The screws, weak and flimsy. And the design? Functional, but built to barely survive a few months, let alone years. These pieces might look fine at first, but before long, they start wobbling, shifting, and showing visible signs of wear. One employee even joked, "It shakes more than your coffee hand on a Monday." And believe me, that's not an exaggeration. It doesn't take long before complaints roll in. Bookcases that lean after a few books, desks that creak when you type, and nightstands that chip just from being moved across the room. And good luck if you ever need to disassemble and move these pieces. Most of them won't survive a second setup without either collapsing or breaking. What seemed like a deal in the store quickly turns into a never-ending source of frustration at home. Instead of getting stuck with wobbly, flimsy furniture, Walmart employees suggest skipping the mainstay shortcut and investing in solid wood, metal frame, or modular furniture from higher-rated brands. Even at Walmart, there are better options available. Sure, you'll pay more upfront, but the furniture will last longer, stay sturdier, and save you the hassle and money of having to buy the same desk 3 times. When it comes to furniture, remember, cheap often means paying twice. Number 8, air mattresses. If you've ever bought an air mattress from Walmart, you're probably familiar with this frustrating scenario. You inflate it, it feels perfect, and then by the time you wake up, it's deflated, flat as a pancake. Walmart employees say air mattresses get more frustrated feedback than almost any other product in the store. What was supposed to be a convenient, budget-friendly sleeping solution quickly turns into a night of discomfort and back pain. Sure, they look thick and supportive when they're all puffed up in the store, but once you actually lie down on them, that's when the issues start. Low-quality seams, cheap valves, and thin materials are often the culprits, leading to slow leaks that can't handle the pressure overnight. Employees say they often see customers come back just days after purchasing, holding up an air mattress that still looks fine until they actually use it. And the worst part? The included patch kits are usually useless. They might seal up a tiny hole temporarily, but they won't do anything for the repeated leaks or punctures caused by basic movement or even friction from the floor. By the time the second night rolls around, you're back at Walmart, looking for a replacement or filling up your air mattress again, and that's just not worth the hassle. So if you're planning on relying on an air mattress for guests, travel, or emergencies, you might want to reconsider the Walmart options and invest in something a bit more reliable. Number 7, light bulbs, cheap ones. Light bulbs. We've all picked them up on a whim, thinking we're getting a great deal. But if you've ever had a cheap bulb burnout after just a few weeks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Walmart employees say that cheap light bulbs are one of the most frustrating purchases you can make. They often flicker, don't last long, and can leave your home feeling like a dimly lit cave. And don't even get me started on fixtures that are hard to reach, like vaulted ceilings or stairwells. You'll find yourself lugging out ladders way more often than you'd like, just to replace a bulb that's supposed to last for months. This is where trusted brands like GE, Philips, or Sylvania come in. While they may cost a bit more upfront, these bulbs are designed for longevity, energy efficiency, and consistent brightness. In the long run, one of these will last longer than 5 of the cheap ones. Think about it. It's not just better lighting, it's smarter spending. So don't let your home feel like a flickering reminder of a bad purchase. Go for quality and light up your space the right way. Number 6, small kitchen appliances. It's tempting to grab those budget-friendly toasters, blenders, and sandwich makers from Walmart, right? Especially when they're priced under $25. They promise to make your mornings easier without breaking the bank. But here's the truth that Walmart employees want you to know. What you save up front often costs you more in the long run. These small appliances are some of the most returned items in the store. Why? Because they're notorious for breaking down quickly. Employees often hear complaints like, "It stopped working after just 2 uses." And unfortunately, that's not rare. It's the norm, especially with mainstays models. Customers say the motors burn out, buttons get stuck, and blades can't even handle soft fruit. Instead of simplifying your morning routine, these appliances turn breakfast into a battle. And nobody wants to fight with their blender at 7 a.m. It's just not worth it. That's why employees recommend investing in reliable brands like Ninja, Hamilton Beach, or Cuisinart. These brands are built for everyday use, with stronger motors that actually hold up over time. Sure, they cost a little more, but in the long run, buying the right appliance once is way better than replacing a cheap one every few months. Your kitchen routine deserves tools that actually work, so you can make breakfast without the headache. Number 5, laundry baskets and hampers. At first glance, Walmart's budget laundry baskets and hampers might seem like the perfect, inexpensive solution to your laundry needs. They're lightweight, affordable, and come in all kinds of sizes and colors. But employees say these baskets are some of the biggest disappointments in the home section. These cheap models are notorious for cracking, snapping handles, and warping after just a few uses. And we're not talking about overloaded baskets here. Even light laundry loads can push them to the breaking point. One employee shared, "It happens so often that customers come back with broken baskets in hand, saying, 'I carried one load, and the whole thing just gave out.'" That's frustrating, right? Especially when you thought you were saving money. Instead of getting stuck with a flimsy, broken basket, employees suggest investing in a more durable model, something made to actually handle your laundry loads, whether they're light or heavy. A little extra investment will keep you from having to replace a cheap basket every few weeks. The plastic used in these bins is often thin and brittle. It might look fine on the shelf, but the reality hits once you start using it in your home, on carpet, hardwood, or stairs. Suddenly, your basket can't hold up. The result? You find yourself doing the laundry walk of shame, carrying your clothes in your arms because the basket broke. It's frustrating, inconvenient, and, frankly, unnecessary. That's why employees recommend spending a little more on reinforced plastic or fabric-lined hampers with sturdy handles and flexible frames. These models are built to last, even through real household use: stairs, heavy jeans, wet towels, and all. When your laundry basket breaks, it's not just about replacing a container. It's about wasting time, taking another trip to the store, and dealing with a headache you could have avoided. In the end, durability pays for itself in peace of mind. Number 3, wall clocks and budget home decor. Walmart's wall clocks and budget home decor may seem like a stylish steal at first glance. They feature trendy colors, modern designs, and are priced so low that you can easily toss one into your cart. But here's the catch. What looks good on the shelf doesn't always hold up once it's hanging on your wall. Walmart employees warn that these pieces are often mass-produced with low-quality materials, and the cracks start showing fast. Employees report seeing frequent returns on clocks that stop ticking within weeks, frames that warp or crack just from light handling, and decorative pieces where the paint starts peeling way too soon. One customer even complained that the clock hands fell off inside the frame, rendering the clock useless after just a short time. The real frustration? Having to buy replacements again and again, turning what should have been a simple upgrade into a recurring expense. That's why employees recommend investing in higher quality decor from reputable brands, even if it means spending a bit more upfront. You want decor that not only looks good out of the box, but lasts through time, use, and everyday wear. When it comes to decorating your home, durability matters just as much as design. After all, no one wants to hang something up only to toss it out a month later. Number 2, generic rugs and floor mats. These generic rugs and floor mats might look soft, stylish, and seem like a smart budget choice. But according to Walmart employees, they are some of the most misleading home items you can buy. Over and over again, shoppers are returning rugs that simply didn't hold up. The problems? Sliding across the floor, fraying at the edges, and shedding fibers like a dog in summer. And all of this happens within just a few uses. What looked like comfort and style quickly turns into clutter. One of the most common complaints employees hear is that the rug slides all over the place, creating a tripping hazard. It's frustrating when something that promised to elevate your home ends up causing more problems than it's worth. Employees recommend skipping the generic rugs and instead opting for better quality options that actually stay in place, resist fraying, and feel soft underfoot for the long haul. It might cost a little more, but your floors and your peace of mind will thank you. Number 1, extended warranties for home goods. Walmart employees warn about extended warranties for home goods more than any other item on this list. At checkout, they sound like a peace of mind purchase, just a small extra fee to guarantee protection if something goes wrong. But the reality, far less reassuring. Most of these warranties come with limited coverage, hidden exclusions, and a frustrating claims process that leaves many shoppers regretting the purchase before they even need it. One employee put it bluntly, saying, "It sounds great at checkout, but claiming it is a nightmare." And that's exactly the trap. By the time something breaks, customers discover the issue isn't covered, or the process to get help is so tedious that they give up altogether. Most warranties are outsourced to third-party providers, which means you're no longer dealing with Walmart directly. Instead, you're stuck with long wait times, denied claims, and fine print you didn't know existed. It's a classic case of paying for protection that never really shows up. Unless you're buying a big-ticket item, something complex and expensive to repair, Walmart employees say you're far better off saving that extra cash. Use it to buy a higher quality product up front, or keep it aside for a future replacement if needed. In most cases, extended warranties on lower-priced home goods are just a false sense of security that leads to buyer's remorse. And there you have it, the 12 Walmart home items that employees say are just not worth your hard-earned money. Some of these might have seemed like great deals at first, but now you know the truth from the people who see what really happens after the sale. Just to be clear, I actually like Walmart. This list isn't meant to bash the store, but to offer helpful advice based on what employees see day in and day out. Some products might work better for certain shoppers than others, and this video is here to help you avoid common buying mistakes. Which one surprised you the most? Or maybe you've bought one of these items and regretted it? Drop your experience in the comments. I read every single one. And if this video helped you shop a little smarter, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more real-world tips to help you save more and waste less. Want more insider picks? Don't miss the next video. It's packed with surprises you'll want to know about. See you there.